So in this gameplay, I'm going to be going up against Bugs. Now again, guys, I'm going to mix in the face cam here, so you guys can let me know if you guys like the courses better with or without the face cam while I'm breaking down these videos. I kind of figured, people might find the face cam, distracting, so I didn't include them at first. But I know some people might find the face cam might feel more engaging. So again, it's up to you guys. Just trying it out and just to kind of see what you guys like better. Again, give me feedback on it. But anyways, this gameplay here is going to be versus Bugs. And in case you guys don't know Bugs, again, he's one of the most consistent Madden players year in, year out. Again, he's won six digits, over $100,000 from playing Madden competitively. Again, he's made, I believe, over 10 live events. So again, he's always a super duper consistent player and is a professional player. So first drive here versus Bugs. Again, we don't really know too much yet. I've never played Bugs, so again, we just start off kind of basic. We start off with one of our base plays. Again, we talk about the base plays a lot in the route comp development and beginner's manual, but again, here we're just starting to see what he's about. So again, we're looking here at the right half of the field first. Again, what we're going to learn is this guy's basically giving up. It looks like match. So again, we see the outside cornerback. He's running deep. So again, this is either some sort of cover four, cover three, but I end up determining. I feel like this is match coverage because again, the slot match is basically delayed man coverage, and that's kind of what I see here is so. And it would make sense because again, X is getting ran off. X is running off, the outside quarter, which it looks like I guess matches, and you're gonna see the slot cornerback. Again, it looks like a zone at first, but once it runs towards the sideline, it like mans up late. So again, this is the tell here that Bugs is going to be running some match coverage. So again, we're going to have to, remember that and, consider that in our play calling, knowing that he runs some match coverage. So we're going to have to call some plays that are capable of beating match coverage. So, and to beat match coverage, a lot of pull routes with crossing routes and corner routes will be effective. So again, we have to be taking that into consideration in this game. Again, here on this 4th and 1, again, we haven't learned too much about Bugs yet. It's hard to kind of adjust on the fly when we don't know too much yet. So, early on, we've kind of shown Bugs that, hey, we're running route concepts, looking to attack that left sideline. So, again, we're looking to attack all 9 spaces on the field. And again, we showed him on our first play that, we got concepts to attack that left sideline, the left short sideline and the right and the left deep sideline with that crossing route. So again, first play, again, it was a B out route, tight end crosser, streak to pull him off, and then backside post. So again, that's all we've shown him so far. Here we're gonna look to attack the opposite side of the field here because again, we already showed him that we're capable of attacking that left sideline. So again, he has not seen us attack the right sideline here. So that's why I'm gonna kind of cook up a play here to attack the right sideline. So again, we're going to have someone on the right short sideline as long as running to the right deep sideline. And this is also, again, we kind of took into consideration, he likes to run match. So, and I know versus match, we got to be utilizing, streaks and crossers. That's really good versus match coverage. And that's all we've seen so far. So again, I went to one of my best match beaters that was, on the opposite side of the field because, again, we didn't want Books to say, oh man, he attacked the left sideline here. So let me just commit to the left sideline again. Maybe he calls that play again. No, I look to attack other spaces on the field now. And again, it works out. Books played really, really aggressive. So this is something else we have to take into consideration later in this game is look what Bugs did with this. So Bugs is getting real crazy out here. He's lurking on he basically left the right deep sideline wide open. He left that to himself to go and use with that. So really crazy defense here. So again, right deep sideline with the streak and the crosser was wide open. So again, that was a 4th and 1. So we have to remember that for later in the game that Bugs is willing to really get aggressive in this situation. So so far he's shown us that he's really weak. He hasn't done a good job of defending either side run really well. So first play he gave up that little baby out route, and again we also saw that the tight end crosser would have got open, as well as again on the second play we saw that the right sideline, especially specifically deep, was wide open. So again here we're expecting match here. We're going with one of our match beaters because again we learned in the first play he likes match. So uh, the reason why this play is good versus match is this motion over flat will kind of pull down the outside quarter, as well as this outside the out route on the left will pull down the outside quarter as well, leaving the crossing route or slant either wide open. Again, he blitzed everyone here, and again this right deep sideline was wide open. Again, we saw this after the play. So what we've seen so far from Bugs is this guy is an absolute maniac. 3 plays into the game, this guy is willing to give up the right deep sideline, with no one around at all, for a touchdown. So again, we got to take that into consideration. Is we're learning that he's really, really aggressive so far on defense. So I mean, this guy, man, this guy is a maniac. I mean, the game just started, so but that's perfectly fine. Now, in the 2nd and 18, we're going to go right back to kind of working these sidelines again. We saw in that last play here that, again, I started here, I believe I started here on the right half of the field. And again, I saw the outside quarter or whatever that was, a cloud drop, or maybe it was an outside quarter. And again, we look at the outside quarter and the strong safety. Bugs' strong safety is nowhere to be seen. Again, we have that deep right sideline wide open. So if we streak them again, no one on that deep right sideline at all. So again, crazy defense here. But again, on the 2nd and 18, we're gonna go back to working like these deep sideline portions of the field because again, Bugs has not shown that he's willing to guard those portions of the field. So, and then also we're also calling plays at the same time that will be good versus match coverage as well. So. And again here, we're running this tight end crosser. Because again, Bugs hasn't shown that he's really zone dropping, these deep sidelines. Again, he's not only is he not zone dropping them, he's leaving them wide open. So here, again, we look to attack that deep left sideline with the tight end crosser, and we still have a route underneath it. And again here, Bugs playing really aggressive. So again, we saw at the snap that it was again, we started looking at the left sideline first. So again, we saw the outside cornerback was in a flat. Quickly glance, the free safety is in a deep half. So again, we're gonna have this deep outside fade. So again, that should probably scare Bugs a little bit from running cover 2. But hey, the way this guy's playing on defense, we don't know what he's gonna be. This guy doesn't look like he's scared of much. So with the way he's playing, so we've shown Bugs we're capable of attacking the deep sideline on the trip side now. So after attacking, deep like that, again, we've been running a lot of crossing routes. So now, again, I'm going to look to work the underneath portions of the field. Again, just since we've been so many crossers to each side of the field. So again, I want Bugs to respect all portions of the field. So again, now we're going to look to attack, these underneath portions of the field in case he starts zone dropping, which he probably should, considering with how much we've been attacking deep with crossers. So. And again, as we see here, it looks like it is some sort of zone drop. And again, I was right because, again, we've been doing so many crossing routes. So Bugs does zone drop here, and it's going to make it easy to hit this running back wheel underneath because, again, looks like he zone dropped his safety here, who's down in the box into like, I don't know, looks like 20 yards or something like that. So, or it's kind of hard to, I'm kind of hard to tell what that was. But, again, what we got out of this is, he's now leaving like these underneath portions of the field open. This short left flat, again, wide open. And again, that comes from us attacking deep so often early. So here it was some sort of like cover 3 look on that side of the field. So again here, on the 2nd and 3, Bugs really hasn't shown. We attacked the left side on that last play, and again, I couldn't really tell what that free safety was, what that safety down the box was doing. Honestly, I might have been, I was saying zone drop. It kind of looked like match coverage as well, though. But all I know is believe, again, on that last play, I'm not too sure, but he hasn't really zone dropped yet in this game. Again, he hasn't really, looked to dedicate resources to that deep trip sideline. So the deep right portion of the field here. So again, we're gonna be looking to run a route into that area of the field here, as well as kind of have a route underneath as well. So the user has to kind of respect both. So here, again, we did end up having that. Again, threw it a little too quickly here, but again, Bugs. What we saw here is it was like a cover two, and his free safety was in a deep, or strong safety was in like a deep half, so we couldn't throw that outside fade. And again, we also saw that his cloud was zone drop, but it wasn't zone drop deep enough to guard that tight end crosser. So again, Bugs continues to leave those deep portions of the field open, and we haven't attacked uh, the middle of the field yet. But we also learned on this play when we threw this in route that there's really no one over the middle of the field here besides this user, because again, we've worked the silence so much. So again, it's just kind of natural for him to start dedicating resources to those sidelines. And again, that's opening up the middle of the field now for us. And again, we see that, and we're going to start incorporating routes over the middle of the field here as well. And again here, we saw in that last play that Boogs is still not really respecting that deep right sideline. And again, we're also going to utilize a play that is really effective versus match coverage. So again, we're just basing these play calls off all the information he's given us so far. Is on the first play, he's shown that he runs match. He runs a mix of match and cover two from what we've seen so far. So, and we also know that he's not really zone dropping this he's not protecting the deep silence. So again, we came up with a play designed to beat both. So again, gonna keep running someone in that deep right sideline again until he really starts dedicating people over there. So again, here it's he ran match coverage here. He's able to get the sack. Again, that tight end was going to be open, but he used him. Again, the match or like the man up here out of match did a really good job on the B slant. So again, what we're mainly seeing here so far is it's match. He's mixing up between match and cover two now. But again, what we learned from the last play again is he's still not zone dropping. He's still not dedicating resources to those deep silence. So we're gonna keep to look hitting those, or keep running plays with routes that attack those deep silence. So you're gonna see me keep utilizing these crossing routes until he starts zone dropping. Again, here on the left side, there goes Boogs again, playing pretty aggressive here on defense. So we see at the snap here on the left sideline that it is an outside cloud, and then his safety down the box is in a deep half. So he's running some sort of cover two, or no, I'm incorrect. So again, he's playing really aggressive here. So his outside cornerback is in a cloud, and he's the guy I'm motioning over. He's manning him up, so that was not a deep half. He's actually wow, that's interesting. So he took his slot cornerback and cross-manned him onto Y, and since the outside cornerback is going to press Y here on the streak, and that's going to give the crossman just enough time to get back on the streak. But again, as we saw here on this play, though, the key here is that again that cloud that he has on the field, that's not zone dropped. If it was zone dropped deep, it wouldn't have pressed my guy like that. And again, it does not look like it's dropping deep enough to defend that crossing route. So what we've seen so far from Books this game is that he does not, out of this defense, that is, he is not looking to protect those deep silence with the zone drop. So again, we're gonna keep looking to kind of go back to those portions on the field, or most of the game. We're gonna be utilizing these crossing routes to either side of the field until he shows us that, hey, I'm gonna dedicate resources to those deep silence. And again, we haven't seen it yet. And again, the whole essence of this course, or one of the main goals of this course, is all about again attacking all 9 spaces of the field. So far this game, we've really worked the sidelines uh, specifically the deep silence to either side. Uh, so Bugs at this point, he really has to be aware that, hey, this guy is really looking to attack the silence. So here, we're gonna look to attack over the middle of the field because again, we want to keep mixing it up on him. We want to show him that we're capable of attacking every part of the field, and then at that point, it'll just become kind of stressful for him because he's like, man, I got to worry about the left sideline, the deep left sideline, the short left sideline, the deep right sideline, the short right sideline, and then we attack him over the middle of the field too. Then at that point, it's just going to become too much. Again, guys, when you think about it like this, like, man, offense is honestly really easy when you just attack the 9 spaces on the field here. So again, we've attacked the silent, silent, silent all game. And honestly, this was just whatever play I called here. I think the guy would have been open again. Bugs is just all over the place on defense right now. So again, he got really, really aggressive here on this right silent again. So I was kind of looking for this wheel route. And it looked like he manned up his outside cornerback on the tight end. And again, deep right silent is wide open. So I really could have looked to just keep attacking that deep right silent, deep left silent. Again, he's not zone dropping here. But again, there's also, again, he's so worried about the silence too that there's nobody over the middle of the field right now. So again, Bugs is just kind of helpless at this point because again, we're attacking every portion of the field, and it's virtually impossible to defend all 9 spaces on the field. And since we're doing a good job of attacking every spot, again, it gets to a point where you don't really know what to do on defense, and then Bugs is kind of reaching this point on defense again. He is really reaching right now on defense. He is doing some extremely exotic things on defense here, and you kind of get to the red zone here, and that kind of kills a lot of this. So kind of go to a next drive here. So again here, first pass play on our second drive here versus Bugs. So not too sure what to expect. Here, so let's rerun. Delete this last portion, out clutch. All right, here on my second drive versus Bugs, what we're gonna see here is so Bugs is bringing since he's in the big dime 1-for-6, and like I said, bro, this guy is crazy on defense. He's doing some crazy. It's the end of half, and he's taking his free safety and bringing him all the way down the box. So again, just from looking at this defense pre-snap, if Bugs, this is a really popular blitzing formation. So if Bugs blitzes his left slot cornerback here, and since he's using the deep left safety here, this we're visualizing right now. The deep left portion to deep middle portion of the field is left all to Bugs' users. So again, we're gonna look to streak B here in case that left slot blitzes, because again, we know that Bugs is gonna have to run back with the streak route, or else it's gonna be a touchdown. So that was my thought process here. And Bugs is going to get, so again, at the snap of the ball, we should be making our post-snap read. So again, we can kind of see in our peripheral vision, it's man across the board. And we're going to see Bugs is going to take a strong safety and man him up to B. Now again, this is, we're going to take this into consideration later into the game and really expose this type of setup on defense. Again, he got me here. He surprised me with this, crossman, the strong safety. And again, kind of take a look at this left portion of the field here. So we know that X and Y are going to be taken care of here by their man coverage. But since Bugs is cross manning the B receiver here when he blitzes his left slot, if we were to put B on like a corner route, again, this deep this deep left to middle left portion of the field is wide open. So again, we're gonna kind of we saw that here, and we're gonna make that we're gonna adjust to this later in the game. So again here, Bugs is back down in the box with his safety. So again, we're always gonna run a streak down the middle of the field here because again, if Bugs does not user this route here, it's a touchdown. Because again, he's taking that deep left safety whose original responsibility was to guard the deep left portion, the deep middle portion of the field. So when Bugs is using that guy, it now becomes Bugs' responsibility. And we know users in Madden become greedy. You know, they start to bite down, they start to get a little cute. So I'm always gonna run a streak down that portion of the field and make Bugs run the whole way with it. Again, here I felt like I had him beat deep. Again, I should have passed this out here. And as you see, though, you know this deep left to deep middle portion of the field is just wide open. It's just all that the Bugs is using. Again, this guy was playing like unreal, super duper aggressive the entire game. And again, I should have passed this out. Probably end up should have been picked off, but again, we're gonna look to take advantage of this aggressive defense later in the game. Again, we see that he's leaving these deep left to deep right portions of the field open. And again, what Bugs is doing now is I believe he's taking what we see pre-snap is he's taking his strong safety, moving him in. I'm guessing to protect against a streak, probably putting him in an inside third, hoping he gets there. But I don't believe he's still not going to be able to get there. Either that or he's cross-manning B here. So again, this is the adjustment we're kind of making. So most of the game here, X and Y have been manned up. So if we smoke screen this X receiver like I was doing versus Islany, again, we're going to completely take that outside cornerback outside of the game and then really work that open portion of the field, which is that deep left to deep left to medium left portion of the field. Again, he actually didn't like Bugs is like so Bugs had plans on running with the streak again right down the middle of the field. So again, we were really looking to hit. It was a good play call, but again, he just screamed here at us. But again, as you see, the thought process is there though. Again, that deep left, medium left portion of the field is wide open here. And again, Bugs also the benefit of mixing in a corner out here and not just streaking is again Bugs' first instinct is probably going to be to run with a streak. So again, since he's leaving that entire portion of the field to himself, again, he's going to be worried about the streak first. So again, he's going to be pretty likely to give up that corner out. And also the corner out obviously runs up like a streak at first too. So it can definitely fool him, and it did there. And it gets us to this 4th and 16. And again, we've seen so far that Bugs is willing to run with that streak the entire way. So we got to keep working that deep left portion of the field, the deep middle. Because again, Bugs is running with the guy the whole way. Again, he does it again, bro. This guy is insane. Absolutely insane. But he does it again. We know that his user's responsibility is this deep left, deep middle portion of the field. So again, we run a streak. We're gonna keep running a streak to his direction, but also what we're gonna do here is we're gonna run routes underneath it now. So his user kind of has to make a decision. And again, since we added that route underneath the streak, again his user bit down, and we were able to pass this out and swerve him a little bit and score a touchdown off of him. You know, make him pay for being this aggressive on defense. So again, this tight end crosser made all the difference here. He kind of bit down on that just enough to allow us to pop off for a touchdown here with this fade. Again, we were able to get a pick 6 on Bugs, so we went up 10. And again, right here, back on offense. So we're going to continue to look. We're going to keep putting that streak on the middle of the field. Again, until Bugs really, mans that guy up. We want to force him to run with that streak the whole way so we can we can work the underneath portions of the field here. So because again, we know that Bugs' first responsibility is going to be that streak. So if we can just run his user off every time, because again, we know that he's leaving that deep left to deep middle portion of the field open, uh, that will allow us to kind of quick throw underneath. Because again, his user has to run with the touchdown first. So again, his user has to run with the touchdown. He keeps leaving that deep left portion of the middle, that deep left portion open. So again, we keep running a streak that way, and I feel like this is going to help open up our underneath. Again, I missed the tight end drag here. I really thought the crosser was going to break open. That's why I did this. So, but again, the thought process is there, though. We're on the right track. Again, and we're going to remember that we're not going to miss that tight end drag again. Again, I just kind of expected that crosser to get open there because I knew that he had to run with, the streak. So I thought I would be able to kind of quick throw that crosser versus man. But unfortunately, the crosser did not going to open versus man. But that's fine. We're going to make the proper adjustments. And again here, so far we've been trying to run Bugs off with a streak. And again, we mixed in the corner out one time. So I want to go back to this corner out because again, the medium right portion of the field is wide open here as well, like wide open. So basically, the entire deep right portion of the field here is open, including deep middle. So uh, so far, we burned Bugs earlier in the game with a streak, and again we've been running a couple of streaks on this drive as well. So Bugs' mind right now, he really can't give up that streak route. But again, we know another portion of the field that we can attack though, and again that's that medium right the medium right portion here on the trip side. So again, we're going to use the smoke screen to completely take this man out of the play. Because again, we've seen so far that he keeps manning up, the outside corner here onto X. So again, we're taking him out of play here. Again, Bugs has to run with the streak first. Again, he thinks it's a streak. The corner runs up like a streak, cuts towards the outside. Again, we know this portion of the field is open here. Again, we're able to attack it here and make him pay for this aggressive defense here. So again, look at Bugs. Again, he's running up like it's a streak. He know his responsibility is that deep streak, especially when I'm up 10 here, and I've already killed him with the streak. Again, look, he's running up with the streak, and again, this is why we're putting this smoke screen on the outside because again, as the information we've collected from earlier in the game, Bugs loves to man up Y and X, and you can kind of rewind and see that as well. So he's really leaving a B uncovered or leaving him to himself. And also another adjustment he's making was he's cross-manning his safety on the B. But that cross-man safety on the B will not guard a corner out as well. So that's another reason why I'm running this setup is to beat the cross-man. Because, again, the cross-man will do a good job versus streak. But obviously a cross-man coming from the opposite side of the field, that's not going to guard the corner out here. So, again, this corner out serves two purposes. So, again, I'll get open versus Bugs user because he's trying to overcommit to the streak, knowing that he has to really guard deep here. And also it's going to beat that cross man. So again, and this is not a setup that I ever run, guys. This is a setup specific for Bugs' defense. Again, we're just utilizing our problem-solving model of, we're reading the defense post-snap, seeing that he loves, to man up Y and X. You're seeing that he cross-mans B sometimes. Again, then we identify the open spaces of the field. And versus Bugs' defense, it seems like every space in the field is open, but specifically, he's really giving up those deep portions of the field, so we want to look to attack that. Then again, it's just all about finding the proper routes to run in those open spaces of the field, and that's really all this is. Again, I don't ever run. This is not a typical setup I run. I'm just utilizing the problem-solving model, and we're able to work a guy open here. And again, you don't have to be a Madden pro to problem solve like this. Again, whether you work full time in the workplace, you go to school, you're on the basketball team. Again, there's going to be problems that you have to solve, and you have some sort of model usually to go through, coming up with these solutions. So again, it's no different in Madden. Again, it has nothing to do with being a Madden pro. It's thinking on the fly, and everybody is capable of doing that. I promise you guys are capable of doing that. So again, think of it like a real world, workplace situation where you just kind of have to sometimes think outside the box. One of your usual plays isn't there, or vice versa, or sometimes you just got to go outside of the usual, go outside of the norm, because outside of the norm sometimes is a little bit better. And again, same thing in Madden. And again, here on this play, we know, I mean, Bugs, man, let me tell you, this guy is ultra aggressive. Again, he's still on the safety here. And again, we know that deep left to deep middle of the portion of the field is going to be open here still. And another route we haven't used yet, but attacks those deep portions of the field, is going to be this backside skinny pulse. So we're going to be looking to mix this in on Bugs. And also the reason why I'm putting this corner route is just in case he puts like an outside third. Um, this corner route will kind of pull the outside third, giving room for the skinny post over the middle, even though he hasn't really done too much of that. But and then again, if he blitzes B here, or if he blitzes a slot cornerback over B, again, B is going to be wide open over the middle of the field as well. So Bugs is going to have to kind of choose between the skinny post and B. I mean, his main responsibility is going to be the skinny post, that deep portion of the field. But again, since the drag kind of crosses his face first, it's going to be natural for Bugs to kind of come down on the route that crosses his face first, not expecting the route behind it to be open. And again, we saw this here. We saw that Bugs got really aggressive here and came down on that drag because again, it crosses his face first. Again, he doesn't see anyone else behind him. But again, we saw at the end of this play here that the skinny post is going to be open here. It's going to be open right behind Bugs as long as the guy just gets a step on his man coverage. And again, we're going to go right back to it. So again, we saw this was from our post snap read last time that again, it's man across the board, and we see that deep left, the deep middle portion of the field is open there, and we saw Bugs bite down last time and leaving the skinny post open. So again, we're going to look to go back to that route. And again, really, we can go with a streak, a corner out, because I mean, Bugs is just all over the place on defense, ultra aggressive. But again, we saw the skinny post was open last time. As long as we get that step, I should have smart routed the skinny post. Smart route skinny post usually gets a better cut versus man coverage. I should have done that, but it is what it is. Again, here he's still on this free safety again. The drag is going to cross his face first. Again, he's not really expecting the skinny post behind it. And again, good play call here. The skinny post is not able to get separation, though. Usually the skinny posts are really effective versus man. Again, didn't work out here. I should have smart routed it, but again, I like the thought process here because, again, we know that skinny posts are usually good versus man, straight up man coverage. Again, we know that he's, from making our post up reads, that he's manning up X and Y a lot and then leaving that deep middle portion, the deep left portion of the field open. So we look to hit that portion of the field again. Unfortunately, the skinny post just didn't win on man. I feel like if I would have smart routed it, I would have, though. Again, here, we're going to go back to this streak because Bugs, if he keeps blitzing this left slot here, we know that Bugs is going to have to run deep with the streak here. So we're just going to run a route right underneath it. Or no, I don't do it on this play. I put the little angle route. He actually does man up the streak here and then kind of purples the left side. So again, I was unable to complete this curl route. So good defense here by him. That was, yeah, good he hasn't done this yet, so again, this is just basically straight up man across the board with a purple on the left side. So again, we got to remember this for the next play. Again, nothing there, so we just take off with the quarterback. Again, here on this play, we kind of saw what was open from last time. So again, we identified post snap, man across the board with a purple. So and we know that Bugs, if Bugs mans up B here, this crossing route should win here. So that's why You put the crossing route on B. That's going to beat man coverage. And again, we put this backside skinny post because usually that's going to be man coverage as well. So Bugs is kind of going to be forced to run with this B crosser, even if he mans up. Even if he mans it up, because again, the crosser is going to win versus man. And we saw last time. Now he's manning up. Now he's manning up B, and again, the crosser should win. But what also is going to win is, this drag underneath. These drags underneath will beat man. So again, this is just all this whole drive is, most of this game has just been all freestyle. Again, usually in a real game, this is our ladder game, MCS qualifier game for the last chance tournament, and both of us were already in at this point. So I kind of treated it more as like a rep game and trying to get reps passing versus 1-for-6. So again, this is me just again thinking on the fly, just reading post snap what he was doing. So again, straight up man, and then identifying the open spaces or knowing the routes that beat man coverage. And again, last time he manned up B, so again we went with the crosser, which beats it, and knowing that tight end drags beat man coverage as well. So again, Bugs kind of got in a dilemma. The B crosser was going to win, and again that opened up this drag underneath for us. So again, all of this is just utilizing the problem solving model, and as well as implementing the attacking the 9 spaces on the field.